guys, run with me to the cutting table where I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful comfy dress. Let's go. The first thing you want to do is place your fabric on fold and determine your neck width like so. Then impute your back measurements. We should all know how to do that. Then determine your chest line, which you are going to get by dividing your actual bust measurement by 6 and adding 1.5 inches to it. So guys, in this video we are not going, as you can see, we are not drafting on a pattern paper. So in that case, I'm going to be drafting both my front and back pattern together like so. So determine your shoulder slope, come down by 1 inch and connect. Then now I'm going to draft the neckline of the back, which is 1 inch, which is going to make our back 1 by 3 inches. Then the front is going to be 3.5 like so. It is going to make our front neck 3.5 by 3 inches. So now the next thing, so we already have that. So the next thing is to curve out the shape like so, and I'm going to use my pattern paper for the curve of the front. It is a round neck though. I hope you can see it very well. Don't worry, you get to see it perfectly when I am cutting out. So the next thing now is to divide your bust measurement by 4, add your ease allowance and add your seam allowance. So after doing that, I want to there's this thing we do to avoid bulginess on our sleeve when we are putting on our clothes. So you go in by 0.5 for the front and then 0.25 for the back. I hope I am making sense though, as you can see. So we are going to have two. One is going to be for the front and one is going to be for the back. So you can see the difference now. So this is me trying to teach you how to multitask. You don't have to be cutting it individually. You can do it at once. It is going to save your time. The next thing is to determine your waistline. I came down by 17 inches. Then you are going to impute your waist measurement divided by 4, add this allowance and add seam allowance. Connect your bust point to your bust line to your waistline like so. Sorry, it is not bust point though, like the chest line. So the next thing is to determine your hip line. I normally use 9 inches. You come down by 9 inches from your waistline. It varies, it is not constant. So put your actual hip measurement, your ease allowance and your seam allowance. It varies though. Some people's own might be 8, 7. It depends on the height of the person. So now after doing that, I'm going to measure what I have there. Then I'm going to transfer it to the lower part. But as it is, I've actually not determined the length of my dress. So the next thing is to determine the length of the dress. I want the length of the dress to be 38, but I'm going to go ahead and measure 39.5 inches. 1.5 inches is going to be the folding allowance on the lower part. So you can see. So we are going to connect it like so. Then I'm going to impute the measurement I got on my hip line the other time. I'm going to impute it on the lower part of the dress. Then I'm going to connect. As you can see, it is straight. I'm going to connect. At some point, I felt I should make it, a bit curvy, but it's not needed. It is a shift dress. So let us use it like that. Then come up by ½ inch a bit. I don't like it to be just there like so. So, and I'm trying to, contour my waistline like so. I don't want it to be sharp. Then the next thing is I want to put side pocket though. I normally use 19 inches for my side pocket. So that place that I marked now, we are going to notch it. That is where our pocket is going to start from. So the next thing now is to cut. Remember, we drafted both the front and the back pattern together. We are first going to cut on the back pattern, since we are going to use this front to cut the back. And we are going to come back and then cut the front pattern the way it should be. And guys, I'm going to be adding zip to the back of the dress. Normally, some people will be like, it is a shift dress. It's not supposed to have zip. You are right. It is not supposed to have zip. So, guys, please pay attention. Now, you see me cutting the neckline of the back, not the front. Like so. And then pay attention to the armhole area. You are going to see what I'm going to do there. I think you should understand like right now. So after doing that, the next thing is to place my front on the back material. I've already folded it. I've actually put 1 inch of zipper allowance. I was saying earlier, the reason I am putting zip is because, I am into ready to wear. I said ready to wear. This is a ready to wear. So it is not as if it is for a person. So I just wanted to have zip in case the person that is buying would actually need it to have zip. That is why the zip is there. So if you want to sew it for yourself, or you have an actual measurement of the person you want to sew it for, just go ahead and sew it without zip. You're just going to give it a button or an opening at the back. So you are good to go. So go ahead and cut the back like that. So after cutting it to that point, and please make sure your material is not shaking as you are cutting to avoid error. So I'm going to go ahead and slash open my zipper allowance, and then we are done with the back. But before then, remember our pocket area. So I'm trying to notch it out so I'll know where to start my pocket from. So now I want to correct our front. So now you're going to go ahead and cut your actual front pattern that is originally meant for the front. Then go to the shoulder armhole, rather. So see what I'm doing. So this armhole is for the front, then we are good to go. So the next thing you want to do now is cut facing. In case you don't know how to cut facing, this is how to cut facing. You place a material on fold, small amount of material as you can see. Then you're going to place it equally with your normal fabric that you have patterned. Then you're going to cut out, you're going to imitate the neckline and the shoulder line like so. After imitating it like so, bring it out. Put your desirable length. It does not have to be constant, at least maximum of 2 inches. This is around that 1.5 inches. I think I'm okay with this. That is for the front. So the next thing I want to do is cut for the back. Guys, I'm not going to be showing you the actual video of where I'm going to sew them, but I'm going to use my mouth to explain. So after cutting this facing, you are going to take them to your sewing machine. You are going to sew. I believe you all know how to sew facing, as if you want to line. Since we are not lining, that is why we are putting facing. Assuming you are lining, you don't need all this. You are just going to cut directly on your lining. So now you are going to sew the facing as if you want to line your clothes. So after sewing it, you are going to iron it, turn it to the other side, iron again. Then you can tack it down, or you can use hemming gum. In my own case, I prefer hemming gum. It gives it a neater finishing. So we are done with the facing, and you know what to do with the facing now. So now to cut our sleeve, you are going to measure your armhole. We are going to stitch on the shoulder line by halving. So whatever measurement you get from measuring your armhole, you subtract what is equal from it, 0.5 from it. So guys, hope you still remember that at the front of our dress, it has a bit of combination. It is combined at the front, and the combination is a bit slanted. It is not straight. So in my own case, I decided to use 17 by 11 inches. That is, one side is going to be 17 inches, the other side is 11. Then you are going to connect it like so. It is slanted. If you want to make yours straight, fine. But the actual style we are copying is slanted. So you are going to come down by 0.5 inches from what you actually want, which means you have subtracted 0.5 inches from the lower parts. Remember, we are going to use this lower part to cut on the new fabric. So now, whatever you have deducted from this lower part, you are going to add it back when cutting on the new fabric. So this 0.5 allowance is the same allowance for the upper part, which we deducted from the lower part. So now take your lower part to the new fabric that you want to use it to combine. Then you are going to, place something on it to hold it like so. You are going to add the half-inch allowance that you deducted earlier. Then another half-inch allowance, which is going to stand as the same allowance. That makes it 1-inch allowance that you are adding. I hope it is clear, guys. So create a point and connect the points. Remember, we're adding 1-inch allowance to the top of the lower part. Not the down of the lower part, to the top, the up, like I am doing like this. 1 inch. Half is the half you subtracted, and the remaining half is your seam allowance. So after connecting the point like so, you are going to go ahead and cut. So in order to sew this, you are going to take the new material to the sewing machine with the upper part, which is Ankara. Then you are going to sew with 1/2 inch, iron it open with steaming iron. Then join your pockets. I believe we know how to cut pocket, but in case you don't know how to cut pocket, you could just do a 6 by 11 inches rectangle. The 6 inches, you are going to attach it to the side of your bodies. Remember, I notched one part. I told you I measured 19 inches, then you notch. Then you're just going to put the pockets there. I hope I'm not confusing you. Please just pay attention. It is supposed to be a very simple style, but it is fine. This is just me trying to cut out the lower part though. There is no big deal. I've already explained how you are going to go about it. So we are done. So the next thing now is to cut our sleeve, guys. By now you should have, joined your pocket. You should have iron your facing and join it on the shoulder. We are just waiting to join the sleeve. The first thing now is to measure your round sleeve divided by 2, add your ease allowance and add your seam allowance. And please remember that the sleeve also has 2 material. It is combined too. If you pay attention to the style we are repeating. So I'm going to impute the measurement I measured on the armhole earlier is what I actually look for on that point. But then after measuring, I got to know that it is bigger than what I need. So I came up a bit so as to get the accurate measurement of the armhole that I need. So after measuring, now we have a perfect armhole. You are going to go ahead and cut like so. It is just a straight sleeve. There's no need to give it any shape or whatever. So now the sleeve is 3/4, but as you can see, this Ankara part is short. So that material is going to make up for the remaining part of the sleeve. So now I'm trying to measure the remaining part of the sleeve. Please add your sewing allowance and your seam allowance and your folding allowance rather. So after doing that, take it to your sewing machine, sew it, iron it, guys, and sew your sleeve, and you are good to go. I hope you enjoy this, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, share to your friend, and your friends to learn too. Let us make my comment section an interactive one, guys. I hope you love this video. Come on, video is still showing. I'm done with the talking. Bye, guys. See you.